and helping people unpack their passions, develop their purpose, and of course, that plan of action connected to it. And I'm realizing over and over again with personal one-to-one clients, with group coaching experiences, even with podcast guests that I've had over the course of the last 5 years, that the plan is the hardest part. That they, and I say they collectively, me being one of them, think that other people have a plan that you've not tapped into. That there is something dangling, some book you haven't read, some podcast you haven't listened to, some magic potion that you haven't taken that allows people to quote unquote experience success. And you, for some reason, have gotten the short end of the stick or drawn the short straw, whatever analogy you want to use. And I don't want people to walk around feeling that way. It's one of the reasons authenticity and why I love Marvin and Bill and Brandon and Glenn so much is that there's an element of authenticity that has to be connected to how you show up. And this word has become a buzzword. And I think the reason it's become a buzzword is because people want it, but they really don't know the difference between authenticity and action and how they actually parallel to one another based on our identity, based on who we are. And for me and my faith, whose we are. I am a Christian and I love to show up as the foundation of what God has laid out in my life. And that's not only my breath, and so health and nutrition and wellness, those are huge parts of how I started on this mission of being fit in faith. And it's evolved into serving founders, innovators, and trailblazers. And that's what FIT, the acronym, stands for. That's what Grow Your Business for God's Sake is premised off of. It's this element of mind, body, spirit connected to the plan, connected to action thereafter, right? And so planning is important for forecasting. Action is important for activating the plan. But what happens when you take 5 steps and the plan is now void? Or you are going down a path and you realize, I am not in for this. This is not me. I don't like it. I have a client currently who had worked with several other coaches prior to me for the last 5 years. And she gets on one of our first calls and we're unpacking the vision, we're unpacking the next steps, we're unpacking what it is that she's passionate about. And there's a huge aha in the awareness factor that she doesn't even want to one-on-one coach. That she's actually not even passionate about that. One, because there's limiting beliefs associated to her ability to actually have outcome. And 2, because she feels like it's going to tap out her capacity because she's an empathetic person. And she knows that she's going to carry the weight and the burden of what it is that she's doing. There are a lot of therapists even who I'm friends with over the course of the last couple of years. Identity Doctor is one of them who I love so much. You guys got to check her out. The Identity Doctor on Instagram. Lisa Marie, she's incredible. But people get burnt out when we are holding space for other people. So if coaching is something you want to do, I really encourage you to interview multiple coaches. Find out what they love about it. Find out what they don't love about it. And recognize that that may or may not be the right space or lane for you to exist in if you're starting a company. So where's all this going and how does it apply to you as you listen? I want you first and foremost to understand, how can you make money? Just how. Not why or who or where or any of those places, just how. How, based on your natural born gifts and talents, can you live a prosperous life?